film.
We have such sights to show you.
Hello, welcome to the Don't Make Me View It, a horror podcast. I'm Jesse Spitzer.
And I'm J.R. Lees.
And today we are going to be talking about the new Guillermo del Toro movie, Frankenstein, which is on Netflix. Also, it had a theatrical release. I did not know that until like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we snuck out and we saw it last week. My wife and I. It was last week. Yeah, they teased about it. They were talking about how it might play theatrical just to get like an Oscar nomination kind of thing.
Sure. And
it teased it and it was like, oh, it's going to be limited IMAX. It'll be like New York and L.A. So we kept refreshing it like a psychopath.
Right.
Like it's going to change, right? And then it played in Orange City.
Oh.
I have no idea why. It's probably because it's not a chain theater. So we snuck down there and like on Monday, school night.
Yeah.
And we saw it in a theater, and it was, it was an empty theater. One guy directly behind us eating all the popcorn. I know I could hear every single kernel. And then we watched it again over the last couple nights.
Yeah.
Not getting beat around the bush. You loved it, didn't you?
Yes. I absolutely loved it so much. I watched it twice because I watched it once in preparation for this, and then about halfway through, I was like, "Oh, this is my wife's favorite movie now. It's gonna happen." So I watched it again with her, and she also loved it. Mm-hmm. I would have loved to see it in theaters. That would have been crazy.
It was weird because in an empty theater, it kind of played like just at a friend's big TV.
Sure.
It was Orange City giving points for having it. It wasn't packed. It wasn't stadium seating. It was kind of neat if it hadn't been. No downside. It was great. It was sneak out there and see it. It was a school night.
Yeah,
and it was. I'm very it's like an hour drive afterward. And people in big cities is like an hour drive is just 4 blocks. So
right.
quit whining. I don't think this needs much of a summary or a synopsis because it's pretty much.
Yeah, it's very. I've never read the book, but I read in preparation for this. I read pretty much a plot synopsis of it. Mm-hmm. I really went into this. We decided to do this maybe 5 days ago, or so.
Yeah, give or take.
And I went in. I was completely blind. I didn't know anything about Frankenstein. I knew that's not his real name. It's actually Frankenstein's monster, but all that stuff. But
the running jokes, the memes, yeah.
Pretty much everything that happens in Monster Squad dealing with Frankenstein. That was my base knowledge.
Well, this is based on Monster Squad.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I really didn't know the story at all, and then I watched the original. Was it 1931? And loved that, but. Then I was like, oh, okay, now I know what the story of Frankenstein is. That's not the case because that does not follow the book pretty much at all. To the point where I was second guessing everything I knew. I was like, oh, I thought his name was Victor Frankenstein.
I was going through stuff for the same way, and I'm like, why did they name him Henry?
I have no idea.
In the 31, because Henry's like his friend's name, which I don't think there's not a Henry in the Del Toro one.
Yeah, no.
But it's like his college buddy was named Henry, and I don't know. You'd love to go
because his friend's name in the movie was Victor. That's why it was so confusing. Because the one that's with Elizabeth at the beginning, she's like, "Oh, Victor," and I'm like, "Oh, that's Frankenstein." I was so confused. Also, was confused that was his name Fritz instead of Igor. I'm so used to that being.
Yeah. And I remember I watched this. I think it was with my kids, so 20 years ago, and I'm prepping it because I think he had watched the John Cusack cartoon. Remember that one?
No, really. But
It's like a Pixar wannabe. It wasn't a Pixar, but it's
I do vaguely remember it actually.
It's kind of my memory of it. I think I have his face transposed with the Hunchback movie, the cartoon.
Oh, interesting.
But I remember the Igor. It has Steve Buscemi, and I want to say the voice of Bride of Chucky. I'm drawing a blank. But
Jennifer Tilly?
Yeah, I think Jennifer Tilly is the bride of Igor. It's been too long. But showing that to Thomas, and I showed him the James Whale, the original, not original, this one before.
Sure.
The Boris Karloff one.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him all about how Igor and this, and then it starts up and it's Fritz, and then Thomas at 5 looks at me like, "You're dumb." And I'm like, well, it's time you learn that, kid. I talk a lot,
Parents
but I
are
know
not.
parents are not. Yeah, that's the lesson of Frankenstein, as you learn from Del Toro.
Whoa! Wow.
Yeah,
What a.
it's a genius. It's a
That's
genius.
so smart. I before we dive into the new one, I do want to throw some flowers in the way of the original because
Nice.
yeah, that was another thing I knew going in was the little girl was going to get tossed in the river. I knew that, and I like that there was kind of a fake out with that in this new one. But I love the the scene where Fritz is in the he sneaks into the college and he grabs the jar that just says normal brain and it falls and smashes. He's like, oh no, and he turns back and he grabs the other one that just says abnormal brain.
Yeah.
It's like that's such a good bit.
Have you seen Young Frankenstein?
A long time ago. I need
Okay,
to
watch that like tomorrow. Just as a to appreciate how good that one is after watching the Boris Karloff one.
Yeah.
Abby someone, and we're not going to start quoting because that's just a nightmare. So you just saw the Boris referred from here forth being referred to as the Boris Karloff film.
Sure.
You just saw that one just recently for the first time. That's got to open up your like. It's like the center pin of a big web that has to be like you're seeing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to go back now and watch all those. Because I watched when Nosferatu came out, I went back and watched the original Nosferatu too, and there's always this like, there's like a wall somewhere in, I want to say the late 50s or early 60s, where it's like if a movie came out before this point, I'm like I'm going into it like being like I'm gonna hate this. And I've gotten over that, but that was something that's like existed inside of me for so long that. Now that I'm watching these classics that are like really, really good, Little Shop of Horrors we watched, or I watched recently too. I'm like, my mind is now open to all those like classic Universal monster movies. I really want to kind of dive into those.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the original non-original Frankenstein, the Boris Frankenstein, very good, very fun. And very short too. That's what I love the most about old movies.
Films back then they didn't overdo it as far as stay too long. You know,
Yep.
The film was expensive and they put together. Now go watch the Bride.
Yeah,
and then but those two together really make like a nice foundation. I'm kind of the same way. I don't have a whole lot of stuff in the 50s. In general in the 50s, like even horror movies, rubber suit stuff, the sci-fi from the 50s.
Yeah.
Once you hit like the 60s, I'll pull up nuggets, and then act. So look how good I am. I've seen 2001 and old Star Treks. You know, I think I'm well versed. But there's just a whole. I come across something on the Joe Bob Show or on just historical, the essays Tim Lucas writes, and I'm like, I've never seen half of these things that are rubber suits that are, I've seen The Blob,
sure,
and then because I've seen the remake, and I went back and kind of like you and watched the original one off of that one. Frankenstein was one of those ones that was. I meant to look it up and I could not find it when I was a kid. I mentioned it here before. Tuesday night was like the local movie night on the whatever local station in LA. Like it was 1 week was Universal Monsters, one was like kaiju and stuff. But and I had all the untaped on beta. I'm old, and it was I wish I had the title card for whatever that show was. So it had Boris's Frankenstein's monster, and all those heads. I'm like it's in my brain, and like the way the titles would pop up, and it's obviously shot on glass because they didn't have anything digital. And I want to find that, but I'm afraid I'm going to find it. It sounds like crap. It was great to my 5-year-old brain. It's going to be like one of those, I need to find that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But no, I'm going to segue into Del Toro's.
Yes.
My love for Frankenstein and the Boris Karloff, the James Whale, kind of makes me... In this case, I almost missed the boat on this one. I mean, not seeing it, but as far as enjoying it, it's like I love that movie. I'm not a big fan of the Hammer movie Frankenstein because it doesn't look right. I love Monster Squad because I'm a human being. And like, it's got to have the flat top of the head. I have a reprint of the Bernie Wrightson art to my copy of Mary Shelley, and it's like it is the Del Toro. That is like the storyboards. the long hair and all the
Yeah.
look. But I'm like, he's got long hair. Why? It just for some reason my brain is shallow. I want it to look a certain kind of way, made
Sure.
for me, and I don't complain about it. But I just know that if I enjoy something, it's like when you're a kid, and I'm a little kid, and you want a hamburger, you want like a McDonald's burger, then someone brings you an actual good burger with like thick, and then a tomato and stuff.
Yep.
And you're like, no, I want the 79 cent. I want the garbage. Don't give me the good thing that I'm not going to enjoy it in wine. So when we saw Del Toro's one, the new Frankenstein, I was enjoying it, but I was kind of sitting there, kind of like, oh, this isn't. I'm not. Why am I not enjoying it that much? Why am I a little bit out? Is it because I don't know why? And it's because the changes. It shouldn't matter because I mean, I was the Karloff isn't the book, so I mean, it shouldn't be the changes. Is it just the look of it how I want it? Is it just because it's different? I went in, and then the long drive home from Orange City, terrible, Metro. We're talking about it, and there's 3 movies, and I will start to just completely blow smoke up Frank Del Toro's butt here in a second. But I want to say that when I went into it slow, I think it's like I had the same thing when I saw Logan, and I wasn't a huge fan. And when I saw Mad Max Fury Road, for the first half I wasn't a big fan, and then it won me over. And I realized my wife, my therapist, points out you went in expecting Road Warrior, and you went in expecting Old Man Logan, the comic book. And so with Frankenstein, you went in expecting the Boris Karloff. And then when you didn't have just what you wanted, it just threw you off. It took you a while. So we watched the Del Toro Frankenstein again. Just finished it like 20 minutes ago. Did it like in 3 chunks because we're stupid busy. And I cried the whole last half an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, so we run home from work, but feed the dogs, start watching, and it's just all hitting me because I wasn't expecting anything else. It's exactly what I was going into, and I just cherish this movie now. Like,
Yeah.
This is the thing that I've been talking about it. Walking around and you seen it yet? And they go no, and I'm like, I can't talk to you anymore.
That was a huge part of why I needed my wife to watch it, because I was like, I need to talk about this movie with somebody prior to this podcast because there's so many thoughts that are in me that I just need to organize.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you also kind of had a similar hang up with Nosferatu too, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Because I've seen the not even the original one, the Murnau one. I've seen what's the 79 one, the Werner Herzog one, a million times. So I've seen the other remake of that one, and then so when the new one pops up with Pennywise,
Yeah.
and I'm the shallow idiot who goes, he's got a mustache, and I didn't complain online. I know I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to go online and complain about the mustache, not my Nosferatu. So we watched it again on like Peacock or something, and I'm like, oh, this is so good. I need to start mentioning Nosferatu in line with the movies that I went in like a stuck-up dick. Because and again, the mustache, it's the Vlad Tepes. It's supposed to be what Dracula looked like. So it's a smart call.
Yeah.
And once I get past it, it's like the same way when we're watching the Marvel stuff. I hate the first Avengers movie because Captain America's costume looks stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I see the zipper on it, and that kind of stuff. I just such a white middle-aged old man who's like this. They changed the formula for my oatmeal. Used to have bigger, flakes of oats,
Yeah.
Okay, so when you saw it for the first time and you turn it off, what was your thought after finishing it?
So the main thought I'll save for later because it's a bit of a spoiler and I want to give a little proper warning. But my main thing, I really was just kind of blown away by, first of all, the visuals of this movie stuck with me. There's so many shots. There's a shot of it's when Frankenstein's young, and it's him and his mom are outside of their house, and the dad is pulling up, and his mom is wearing this crazy red dress with like the flowing tendrils, and then the dad is in the foreground and like wearing all black and approaching them, and it's just this crazy shot, and it happens all the time.
Yeah.
I was kind of blown away. I've seen there's so many great movies that depict relationships, and this one really hones in on a father-son relationship in a way that I don't think I've seen very often, or at least it goes over my head or isn't done as well in previous movies. But
the whole movie's about that. Like the movie's it's called Father and Son, and it's
right.
Literally there's no pretense. There's no it's not hidden. It's just right up front. It's like yeah,
and I love that there's no relationship in this movie that is like the star of the show. Like it's just as much about Elizabeth's relationship with the monster as it is Victor's, and and vice versa and everything. And yeah, just every single relationship is just so well done. Mia Goth is incredible as always. She like just speaks in poetry this whole movie pretty much, and it's amazing.
Oh, that was me again. I'm watching. I'm going. The first time I saw it, and I'm just cranky old man. I'm like going, God, they didn't use her enough.
Oh,
and then I watch it the second time, going, I'm a moron. Because everything she's doing is just like I said. She's speaking in poetry.
Yeah.
She is like she's narrating it with just looks. The thing with the butterfly.
The butterfly
the
shot.
butterfly, and then the shot in the confessional, all this stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe. I think that the theater I saw it in had a different print. I think that's what it was.
Just the worst version.
It was the Kenneth Branagh one, and I just didn't know.
Yeah.
No, because she was, and especially watching it like just minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like we had paused it to go live a life, and came back to it, like not realizing where we were pausing at. Her big final scene, so we paused in the middle of it, so which would normally ruin the scene, was right back into it, and I'm just like I said, I was crying the whole last the 25 minutes we left in it.
Yeah.
And she's always good. I mean, she's someone that.
Oh, she's always been like a monologue machine too. Like that monologue in Pearl is like one of my. I rewatch that once a month. I love it so much. And here she has great. She's got the monologue about war and how what happens when fools pursue ideals.
Yeah.
And she has. Go ahead.
We almost need to say spoiler alert. From here on out, we're like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
From here on out, folks, just hit pause if you're with us and we appreciate
It's great.
it. Go to Netflix, come back, because the scene that Jesse's talking about right now is without ruining what happens.
Yeah.
It's we're in spoiler country. Yeah, her callback in her last line.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
That was just like.
Yeah.
Smack in the forehead. Yeah.
Just the scene. Because okay, yeah. So we're in spoilers totally. First of all, the scene of her in the confessional is one of my favorite things ever. Yeah. I was like, if this was a romantic movie, I'm not really into romance movies that much, but like if that scene was in a romance movie, I would be so hooked because I was like, I just want these two people to fall in love now.
Oh yeah.
Didn't quite have that feeling this time around because of the circumstances, but yeah, she essentially. I'm assuming it's like implied, or it might explicitly be said. I don't remember if the uncle says it, but she's pretty much betrothed to the brother.
I think she's introduced as the fiance.
Yeah, but it felt like it wasn't something she wanted, or
it was
like a union of housing,
union of houses kind of thing.
Yeah. Because that's kind of the vibe I got when she shows up to Victor's house after they've been kind of. Not dating, but like,
just hanging around town.
Yeah. And she shows up with this butterfly in a cage that they caught prior. And he's just like, all right, let's cut the BS. Like, I love you, obviously. Let's, we got to figure this out. And she's like, no, I'm with your brother. That's inappropriate. And he's like, then why did you come here? And she has this like great little monologue about like the beauty of a butterfly in a cage and how like, it's beautiful, it's perfect, but it doesn't have choice. Mm-hmm. And like, what is a soul without choice, essentially? And then she kind of finishes it out with like, I made my choice, which is like, staying with what was designed for her, essentially.
Well, and then that's all the choice of what the monster goes through. I hate saying monster because he's just.
I know. Name him. Just name him. Somebody, please.
Come on, Adam. I know at one point he was referred to Adam. I think it was in the book.
Okay.
But I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, but then his thing about that, he doesn't have a choice about he can't choose to die. He's only forced to live. And then the
merciless life.
The one line I was going to try and write it down, but I'm like my phone's on charge. It was it the describing his heartbeat as just being like it's still beating. Duh. Like I'm losing the poetry. But
I think that's how he said it.
Well, he had the hair. He had like the emo hair.
Whatever, bro. Yeah, I love that he has that line too. What is it? I can't remember exactly how it is, but it's something like merciless life or something like that. It's like, or I was like, I regained my life mercilessly or something like that. I just love that juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You need to watch it again. I need to watch it again also.
I know. I want to watch it again right now, actually.
I wanted to initially I wanted to live on that boat.
Yeah.
And I wanted to live in the house and all that kind of stuff. Like the visuals had me hooked. And then just now I'm like the poetry of it.
Yeah.
And I'm a thickhead. I like my, a slasher movie more than I like my Godot.
Sure.
Like I'm trying to sound smart by picking a name at random from something I don't understand. But this one, it was like it's like a very complex meal. I'm not getting all the flavors the first time, so it makes sense. I'm going to watch it 3 or 4 times to get everything. And this might be the one where I go back for a while, once a month,
It just
and
picked up.
just to watch it, to pick up more stuff. Oscar Isaacs, I thought.
Wow.
No, yeah, I mean, here's a guy, and again, my limited. He's not a guy I watch. I can't afford Disney Plus, so I haven't seen like
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. And to me, he's. I've heard my kids always saying I got to get caught up in all these kind of guys. I know him as just being not Jake Johnson from New Girl. I always get the two confused. So
That's interesting.
That's just I always say that's just Jake Johnson. They should play brothers. It should be a thing. And I know him from like the Star Wars, the prequels or the sequels. So I've known him for a while. But in this thing, he just like was so good, and not afraid to be the bad guy. Not afraid to show you the steps from being like the main focus to being the jackass. The liar. And then this time, we're past spoilers. When he basically murders his brother.
Yeah.
By telling the guys there, oh hey, he attacked her, so they all jump up, and it's basically pushing William in front of a bullet kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
William
I'm like,
was such a G. I love William so much.
I just he's sitting there, and when his head hit, when the monster threw him, and it crunched, I was like, it's I've seen this twice now, but this last time it's almost worse knowing what's going to happen instead of it doesn't make it easier knowing he's going to get head crunched in this scene.
Well, especially because the first time I was watching it, I was waiting for, I don't know why, but I was waiting for him to betray Victor in some way, and he does it.
Betrayal, yeah,
exactly, yeah, right.
Like do the right intervention.
Yeah. So like watching it the second time and just knowing how it ends for him, and like he's so sincere and so sweet the whole time, and like when Victor's trying to cheat on his wife or get his wife to cheat on him, he's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I actually need you to be here." And
I'm going to send you away for a month. Just go ahead and take off for a while, and then while he's doing that, he does his job. He makes perfectly. The machine work.
He's just like, "Yeah, I got this shit figured out. Like it was super hard, but I did it."
But, I'm also my father's son.
Yeah.
The family, him showing up and being like the favorite child, William, and Victor never saying he disliked or was jealous of him. Yeah. That's there, and he never said he was jealous. There's no dialogue about father loves him better. No line about how dare this child murder my mother by being born. Right. But it's all there. It's just not being obvious. Del Toro's again, like when you watch The Shining. Oh, spoil. Breaking news! It's a great movie. Del Toro knows his stuff. I mean, this is his passion project for years. It sounds like he tried to do it through Universal 10 years ago. Had to go off on his own and do it. Kind of same way he never got the rights to do Creatures in Black Lagoon, so he made Shape of Water. Oh, sure. The Shape of Water. And then this one is. I'm so glad he didn't have a rights issue. He just made
able to make it.
Oh my gosh!
Yep.
Give him all the money.
I was also. The writing, I was blown away by lots of aspects of it. Mostly like Mia Goth's like poetic way of talking was amazing. But I am so dumb when it comes to anatomy. Like anatomy is like my weakest thing. Like I don't know anything about how the human body works. And this movie doesn't ever feel like it's talking like in a way that you can't understand it. Like I was able to follow every conversation despite them using giant words like lymphatic nodes and things like that. And I'm like, I don't know what that is, but like I understand what they're talking about because it's just written so well.
Well, they know the context. Also, because the book isn't really crazy science. It's like almost like an alchemy. The approach, because whatever was popular in 1857, something like that. Sure. Sounds about right. But she didn't go into like explaining electrodes. It was just like when the original movies came out and like Edison made a Frankenstein before the James Whale one. It was popular at the time, So like I don't think the book actually goes in too hard to explaining everything. But yeah, it is. But then they're pointing it like I love the scene where they have the body stripped away, and it's just the nerve endings on the board. And I'm like, oh, that's and he's pointing to it, and then Oscar Isaac, give him credit for having it pointed at a block of wood with like wood glue or hot glue gun,
Yeah.
looking like the system. And then I go, oh, of course, oh, genius! Of course, that's where you put the needles in.
Eureka.
Yeah, Eureka. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad no one yells, "It's alive! It's alive!" We don't need to see that again.
Yeah.
Although they do say he's alive, but not like in the big, announcing kind of thing. I loved the sneaking in of the monster to his bed when after he's brought to life. Victor's like, oh well, that didn't work. I'm gonna go to bed, of course, and he wakes up and he's in the room.
Yeah.
With such a non dramatic way of doing it. I just thought that was the neatest little.
Yeah.
And then it makes the monster like a new puppy. If you want to go that route, or it's a baby who snuck out of the crib. And that's also the moment where he suddenly start not liking Victor.
Yeah.
Don't touch me part. And then it's flat out. Oh, that's a baby he's not asked to be born. That whole speech.
Yeah. No. He starts abusing his child the way he was abused, and it's like, it's so good. I love the poetry. At one point he says, because before he gets angry, at first he's like super hopeful. He's like, "Oh, he learned my name like immediately. This is gonna be a cakewalk."
Yeah, I'm gonna be famous.
Exactly, and then eventually, like a week goes by and there's no progress at all, and Frankenstein or the monster hurts himself by like cutting himself on the blade and stuff, and Victor's yelling at him, and he kind of like recoils a little bit in fear, and he's like, "Why are you afraid of me? I'm never gonna hurt you. I created you."
Yeah,
and it's like in his mind, it's like, oh, that's an impossibility. Like,
well, yeah, and then it's like he's mad at the monster for recoiling.
Yeah,
and that's and it's totally like he's gaslighting his kid and I'm never gonna beat you.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna. Don't make me look like the bad guy. Yeah,
and then Elizabeth has one meeting with this monster, and is like, oh, this is a human. This is a person. Like, we should probably treat it like a person. She has that great line where she's like, why is he chained up? And Victor's like, oh, he doesn't know any better. It doesn't bother him. And she's like, yeah, but you know better. Like,
yeah.
It should be bothering you that he's chained up.
Yeah. The bit with the blind man, I was going to look up his name. So it's one of those. Oh yeah, David Bradley. I know him from like Hot Fuzz. He's a Harry Potter. He's probably a
was he in
Game of Thrones guy too. I'm assuming he is. Anyone that works in the UK in the last 20 years is probably Game of Thrones. The bit where the monster drops the bottle, and it's a couple. And this is one of those things we were around a little bit because I was enjoying that guy so much. The monster recoiling, and not from cutting himself, but he's going to get yelled at or going to get hit.
Yep.
And it's just one of those things where as a father, I'm going, oh, I've yelled at my kid. I've yelled at my dogs, not to equate my dog and my kid, but let's face it, dogs are more important. My kid doesn't watch the show. But the way the monster, like, honey, if you hear this, she'll agree with me. But when he drops the bottle, and then the blind man just kind of sits there, and then he senses the monster recoiling like he's going to get hit, breaks my heart. And I go back and watch it again. I'm like, how? Because it was just one of those things where it wasn't just the monster pulling back. It was the way that the kind man, who again he said he killed someone before, probably like in war. It seems like he was immediately going, oh, like that's wrong, and like he had to come in and say, you don't need to feel bad for breaking something, and I'm not mad at you, because then the monster watches him. Not only is he not mad that he dropped the bottle, he's not mad that the monster recoiled. Yeah. So he's like, oh, I don't all this time, and then.
Go ahead. You can finish.
No, I was going to say that is so important, because it's such a thing that the blind man in the movies, and I didn't know it, but I always Gene Hackman in the Young Frankenstein, it's who teaches the monster how to talk in the Boris Karloff and in Bride, is always just there like perfunctorily to give Boris Karloff lines, like it was only there. Someone had to teach him how to talk, so Karloff can have lines in Bride, and then he never talks again in the movies. He never let the monster say anything, whether it was Glenn Strange or Lon Chaney, or even I think Bela Lugosi got a growl and he was playing the monster. But like in there, it's just this. But in this one, it was so much about giving him like realizing that it's okay, that he's an okay person, and it seems like little warmy, feely touchy to let the monster know he's a valued person.
Yeah.
but it's when the I don't want to say the blind man, that seems reductive, but when the man in the house, again, I'm just going to cheat here and look this way. His name in the cast is Blind Man. So
Oh, well, there you go.
so yeah, so there I'm just
Justified.
following. I'm not a jerk. I'm just a sheep. When he's with his grandkid, and then you hear the monster again. I love that they're using the book has the bit where it's all told the story to the ship captain. So the monster's describing when he learns what language is, how all these different words are thoughts, and how they share them, instead of just being yelled at by his father,
Right.
by Victor. And it's just such that the movie now to me is the mill and that family and the wolves and then the shooting. That's the movie to me right now. When I go back and watch it, when I want to watch the ship and the big cool stuff, I'll watch the ship and the big cool stuff.
Yeah.
But when I want to watch the soul of it, it's gonna be the blind man stuff.
Yeah.
The entire bit when he's and this last time watching it when he's giving the kid flashcards, and again the blind man, hence the name, is blind. So he holds it up to the kid. What's this? And he turns it around. And I'm like, oh, he's looking at the back. No, he's not. He's a blind guy.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing on the back for the grandkid to see. He's showing the monster behind it. He knows he's back there. And
Whoa.
it's like, and I'm watching, and it's if you watch it again, this isn't me being look how walking I am. It's very much like an insert shot. They zoom past the card to the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
But the first time, there's so much going on. This time, it's like it's Del Toro going. In case you missed it, there's a hole in the wall, and he's going to be behind it. I love Del Toro's voice. You want to have pleasant dreams. Put on a commentary for something or an interview with him.
Honestly, the intros to his Cabinet of Curiosity episodes were my favorite parts.
Oh yeah, watch the Hellboy making of, and it's just him and the joy, and then he's this big kid, and I'm so like it sounds dumb, but the guy that gave me, like my brother is a Panzer this guy. I'm a Hellboy guy. My wife is entirely I'm drawing a blank. It's Santi. It's Devil's Backbone. That was the one that she saw and just fell in love with. So everyone has it, but this one's mine now.
Yeah,
I'm claiming this one. But oh geez, it's just such. I'm getting misty. I think about it's. I'm saying I'm proud. The guy that gave me Hellboy, even Hellboy 2. Mimic, he gave me Mimic, but all this stuff. Blade 2 is I think modern Marvel is based on Blade 2. Everything that Marvel became is because it happened in Blade 2.
Was Blade 2 the one with the quad mouth guy vampire?
Yeah.
With Ron Perlman.
Yeah, exactly. But Blade, yeah. Oh, I mean, Blade is great. Blade 3 is Blade 3. But Blade 2 is like it's Del Toro showing what you can do, and then but all the fight scenes and even just having a computer character, and it's kind of like what Spider-Man and X-Men were doing at the time. But like I think Blade's amazing. Blade 2 is amazing. But I'm just sucking up to Del Toro if he hears this. But I'm so proud of the guy that gave me Blade 2. Is this he has the Del Toro's to. I'm not. It's just his voice is this. It's his gravel. Yeah. But he's so brave to tell a story about a father and a son, and then that it's a son to his father, and then a son to his son, and the hypocrisy it is, and also like the truth in my mistakes and that kind of stuff. And it's I'm watching this as a father who got lucky because my kid turned out good because he's just naturally a good kid. Like for my lack of trying. Raised by TV. He's raised by YouTube. But like I'm watching like the anger stuff when you're clearly mad at yourself, and it was so obvious the second viewing that Victor's mad at his dad, and he's mad at himself, and he's mad at the monster and he's just repeating he's the abused abuse. He's just repeating it's the legacy of abuse. And I'm like, this is the Frankenstein movie, right? This is supposed to be like fire bad kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just I'm sitting here, yeah, you shouldn't have tears watching. You should. Actually, all films you get emotional invested with. Sure. But I'm sitting there just going, this is so beautiful. And it's just making me think so much. And I don't want to think. It's only Tuesday.
Exactly.
That's a Saturday thing, man.
I did not think this movie was going to move me the way it did. The line, oh my, I'm getting like a little worked up just thinking about it. But the line at the end where Victor says, "Say my name like you used to when it meant the world to you."
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, I want to vomit from sadness. Like, that is so beautiful.
if this gets a physical release, and I hope it gets like a 4K and a Blu-ray, it needs in the back say, "It made me want to vomit with sadness." Jesse Spitzer, don't make me view it. No, but that is, it is. It's like, I mean, yeah. But as a, oh no, say it like and that was the one time they actually like got when he was born, and Victor was proud of him, and he's crying out for him and stuff. And then, oh geez, just such a.
Yeah, Elizabeth says that too earlier because Victor's like, it's been however long it's been, and all he can say is Victor, 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 Victor. He calls everything Victor. She's like, well, that's because everything is Victor to him right now, and it's just like it's really pretty, and like really, really sad, especially like when he's like he's leaving the lab after he lit it on fire. And he hears him crying for him, and he like gets the last second, like, "Oh, what am I doing? I need to go save him." And he ends up getting his leg blown off.
Yeah,
that was a crazy visual.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
well,
Lord.
all that stuff happens like in the side. I'm going, did I just see his leg coming off? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
The first guy that gets killed by, well, I'm assuming he got killed. I hope he got killed by the monster. On the ice when he's approaching the ship, and they're like, "Oh, get out of here!" and they're just kind of trying to shoot him while they can. He just like punches that guy, and it like breaks his back in half.
He goes back,
and then he like lands, and then his legs flop over. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
that set the tone for like, oh, this guy, without having to say how strong he is, he just punched a guy in half. But that doesn't even wrap it up, and he just crumples.
Yeah.
And that's the one I'm again. I want the Blu-ray. Just to see, is that a contortionist who did that, or is it like an effect? But it looked like a guy just probably a contortionist, because that's the kind of thing that he would celebrate.
Sure.
And I'm just like then the tossing the guys in the water, and then the jaws getting ripped off. It was just
the
being a movie that makes you cry. There's a lot of arms
yeah.
get ripped
That's
off
what I
bodies.
said to my wife. I was like, this is a very sad movie, but it's also a very violent movie, because when he's fighting the wolves and he like pulls the entire like skin off.
Well, yeah, he like gloves the head. Yeah.
That also, I really wanted in that scene. That scene, again, going back to the theme we were talking about of like being a perfect not being a perfect person, being valued as a human. Mm-hmm. When Frankenstein's monster returns to the old man to find that he's been attacked by wolves, he messes the wolves up, and the old man's still alive, and he says, like, the monster says to him, like, "Oh, I've discovered that I'm nothing, pretty much. I'm like amalgamation of dead people.
Yeah.
I shouldn't exist." And he was like, "No, you're my friend," which is such a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
But and then immediately afterwards, you hear like, "Oh, that's that monster from the woods," and he turns around. The rest of the family's there. I was really hoping he was going to be able to leave that cabin without being found, because I just like to think about the family coming home and seeing what was left, the wolves and everything, and being like, "Oh man, they got him, but he put up one hell of a fight." Like,
Grandpa skinned that guy with his bare hands.
No one's ripped in half. What? Dang.
Yeah, I kind of wish that was. Yeah, well,
that was my thought when he dies, before that line is said that that reveals that the family's in the room with him. I was just like, man, that's gonna be very confusing when they come home to this.
We guys should have been nicer to him. Yeah. I was. When he comes home and the wolves are there, I remember thinking, oh no, he's going to save him. He's going to be a hero. He's going to have friends, because Frankenstein, it's like Godzilla. He's going to show up and save Tokyo in Japan in the sequels, and not be the monster. And it just heartbreaking. He's so mad. The bit about him being made up. There's a line. Is it in class still? One of the teachers saying, "Where?" Oh no, I think it's Christoph Waltz, and he says, "Where is the soul at? Is it the brain? Is it the heart?"
Oh, yeah.
That thing. A cool line early on. The second time watching it, it's like, oh, so when he comes back to the blind man's house, and he's like, I have memories of everything. Like my hand has a memory.
Yeah.
It's the soul of all these people, and I'm confused because it's too much noise. Dreams and memories. It's too much noise. You can't sort through it. I'm like going, oh, that's kind of that's a neat sci-fi kind of thing. It's almost like a Star Trek. Like it's gonna be, oh, where is the soul? Is it in the throat like in Voodoo? Where's it at? Going to be at the heart, the head? is the Christoph Waltz character wants a brain transplant not going to work? Who is this kind of thing? The abnormal brain that Fritz got. And then it doesn't matter. All that's there is just to give the blind man the line of "You're all those things, and you're my friend."
Yeah.
Just to, because that's true. Because if you look at it, poetically, we're a culmination of everything we've done and met. But that doesn't, you do bad things, but also you can be my friend.
Right.
Just again, a movie where it's supposed to be fire bad, and we're discussing it after how many hours? We watched the making of on Netflix. I didn't know it was there. It was like a 45-minute.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Little behind the scenes, and it's just there. I mean, it'd be a special feature.
Sure.
And it goes in there a little bit, and I think when you got on your own, watching it like an adult, the doc guided me to the father son stuff. So I think I got a little leg up on that by being, this is how deep this is.
Sure.
Watch that though, because it's the joy of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Which is what he does. You watch him making any of the Hellboy docs, Pinocchio.
Oh, I forgot he did Pinocchio.
I know. It's a Netflix thing, so I can't be on my shelf, and my little must have all my stuff in front of me, my little pebbles.
Yeah.
He says this one and Pinocchio are like the two sides of the same coin.
Oh, I imagine so.
In that doc, and I thought for a second, I'm going, he has to say that because Netflix is paying for both shows. But then I'm like, no, this is literally it is. It's absolutely the same the background. I would put that with Pinocchio, this, and then Pan's Labyrinth, all the war stuff.
Oh, sure.
Seems to be cut from the same cloth kind of thing.
I never thought about how Pinocchio thematically is a lot like Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have never paired him until he talked about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have until just now. That's crazy.
This is the worst podcast ever. Is the two people have epiphanies and then stare into space.
Wow. I'm gonna think about that when I'm trying to sleep tonight. I can't wait.
Make sure you video that. I want to have that on the thing.
I loved the uncle character.
Christoph Waltz, yeah.
Yeah, he was so good. I love the scene where he reveals that he has syphilis, and he's just like, "You got to put me in this. You got to put me in the body." First of all, what? Like, how? Where would we even begin? We have to do this like right now. And I like the explanation because it's something that totally makes sense. It's like there's no part of you I could put into that isn't infected.
Yeah,
like,
it's in your brain, and and it's going to be a terrible death, but. We also don't know what part of you is that. Are you not listening to the notes? I mean,
right,
is it your hand? Is it your brain?
Yeah.
Have you seen Shape of Water?
No, I have not.
Okay. There's a scene in that one where the bad guy, Michael Shannon, goes to the bathroom at the installation and he washes his hands first, and then he goes pees, and then he walks out and doesn't wash his hands afterward because if his hands are clean, when he touches it, it's never dirty, so he doesn't have to wash it afterward. I'm probably getting the facts wrong, right?
Genius.
But he's the bad guy, and he explains to someone why he's not going to wash his hands after urinating.
Okay.
And then in this one, when Christoph Waltz tells Victor to flush for him, and he stands there, and I was like going, I don't think I noticed that the first time that he was. All it would take is to look away when he walks over to the bowl. Yeah. And then at the end, if I just don't hear him say, or he says flush, I go, I must have heard something else. I didn't know he was peeing in that scene.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, is this the Del Toro touch that I've been? It used to be he always had autopsies in his movie. Like back when I was an autopsy, there's an autopsy in Pans, there's an autopsy in Blade 2. Mimic has the autopsy scene when he's doing the bugs and stuff. So I thought it was the autopsy guy. Now I'm like, it's the bad guys. They give what's the Incredibles, they're monologuing.
Oh,
monologuing while urinating is his new. He has a corner on that. I missed that scene in Pinocchio, but I'm sure it's there. Geppetto goes over there in the corner.
Yeah, I like that scene a lot. I love where he's just like, flush that for me, will you, Baron? It's just like such a. I love.
And he says Baron too. Like he's saying, oh, you have a title, but guess what? I have the money, so do what I say.
Exactly. It's that scene in Game of Thrones. Have you seen Game of Thrones?
No.
There's a great scene. I'm going to spoil one of the best scenes, but it's pretty early on in the series, where there's a guy named Littlefinger, and he's talking to Cersei, who is she's the, what is it called? The queen. She's the king's mom. There's a certain title for it, but and she also has sex with her brother, and the king is not the son of the previous king. He's actually the son of her brother, an illegitimate heir. Littlefinger finds this out and confronts her about it, and he says knowledge is power. And she turns to the guard that's next to her, and she's like, seize him, cut off his head. And they bring him to his knees. They're about to cut his head off. She goes, stop. And she kneels down and she goes, power is power. And then, like, from that point on, Littlefinger has been properly put in his place.
Put in his place, yeah.
And I love when that happens in like, I love that trope so much of just like, it happens in the Max Landis Superman comics as well. I don't know if you read any of those. Not speaking at all to Max Landis's character, because that guy's got some weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
But there's in the comic, the first time Superman approaches Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor has this giant robot like destroying the city or whatever. I don't exactly remember, but Superman flies into his office like through the window and is like, "I'm taking you in right now." And Lex Luthor's like, no, you're not. We have laws. Like, I'm super powerful. I have all this money. What are you talking about? You can't just come in here like this." And Superman's like super off his, like, gets knocked on his back foot, just like, wait, what? What do you mean? You're a bad guy and I'm the good guy. He's like, yeah, that's not how that works. This is the real world. I just like stuff like that when people who are like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a fun trope of just like, I'm going to tell you exactly where you are. And completely smash all your, like, you know, this isn't a partnership. Essentially, as the uncle was saying in that scene, like, you know, this is, I'm paying you for a product and you need to deliver.
Yeah. You think you have all the cards, but no, you're Mr. College Boy.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm not even a good surgeon, but it gave me enough money to own you. Yeah.
Right. I like also in that, I think it's in that same scene where he says, where Victor's like, you said that your funds are limitless. And he's like, yeah, my patience isn't.
It's a good line.
But in actuality, it's, you know, I'm on a timeline. I'm dying.
Yeah.
But
when he lands, by the way, the anxiety of the lab with the hole in the floor. I kept watching. That's gonna, and no one fell off by accident. It's gonna slip down there. It's really cool. But when Christoph Waltz fell and hit the floor and just the back of the skull.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I felt that one too. And then he picks him up, and it's just the most. Well, because then he's just they can't use him.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought too. When he picks him up, he's just like, "Let me take a look here."
No. Even if I wanted to use your brain, I couldn't. It's a throwaway thing. I was watching it. I think it must have been the first time, and I was like, going, I want all the body parts from the lab. There's just somewhere in a warehouse there is just a treasure of like Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
Arms and legs. I am gonna make, I don't know out of what, not actual cadaver because I don't have a license. I'm also not a taxidermist. But the prop from the when he's talking to the court of the doctors, in the classroom setting, the when he's trying to defend his place in the program.
Like
the one-armed the thing. This exactly. The one-armed exposed lung, that thing. I'm like, that is so beautiful. And it's a guy, it's an actor like with green leggings on it, and that doc you'll see it. And it's just, but I want that on my shelf somewhere.
It's so just, cool.
It's just, that is just the neatest thing. And it comes to life. And I like how he's like, well, it didn't come to life for very long. And like, you knew that though, right? Shut up. I didn't know. I'm drinking my really cool milk. So I'm going to do.
That's something I also, that scene made me really appreciate about Victor, is that he's not atheist. Like, he doesn't, it's not like there is no God. It's just that God has placed limitations on him that pisses him off. And he's just like, no, fuck that. Like, or screw that. I'm going to break all the rules that have been established, like out of spite almost.
Well, I love how at the beginning, the disciplinary meeting lecture, when they're telling him that he's like a heretic and it's against God, and then it's basically him at the end of the movie. He's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
When he's now he's on the side of what the teachers were doing. It's just you would think that something like this, on the scale it was, no one would fault him. They just made it look cool, had a cool monster. But no, but Del Toro went through and made everything else first, and like that's all gravy. All the cool visuals is gravy, but the story was so solid there. Oh, and I didn't realize until like I think I knew 5 years ago when the cast came out and there was happening. I was like, oh, I'd look forward, but it's so far in advance I didn't get excited about it. It was Andrew Garfield as a monster originally.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I think he of course, it's on that doc. Here I am. This is the Devil Made Me View It is a not sponsored by any station or Netflix. It's just that one documentary. That's what I'm trying to. We should change the title on the screen to Frankenstein: The Making of.
Right. That's
But it was Garfield. just play it. It's 40 minutes. So Garfield, I think it looked like it's probably a scheduling thing. He was probably signed on to do it. And then maybe the pre-production took too long, so he had to go on into something else. So they had like a month or just a couple of weeks, I think, to get the suit to work on Jacob Elordi. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The guy playing the monster. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I'm like, that hit me as being for the guy that didn't look like Boris Karloff, so I wasn't on board 100%. And then just shortly later on, I have to completely, say I'm wrong, and I can't see anybody else playing that part.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And I've seen him on Euphoria, so I recognize him enough to know he's an actor. And he played Elvis too. So I think I've seen part of the Elvis movie he did with it's basically a Priscilla movie. I think it's called Priscilla.
Okay.
And it's just a very tall Elvis. But in this one, I can't see anyone else doing this. It's gonna be like Karloff, Christopher Lee, and now to trim my head, Jacob Elordi as the monster, and it's such a unique and strong. And then you need to pick up look up online, look up Bernie Wrightson, Frankenstein, his etchings, there's a graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
But it's not a graphic novel. It's just like he did illustrations for one of the Mary Shelley releases. I think Dark Horse, maybe it was a whole book. But it's just so detailed, and this movie is that. It's so much. There's awesome. So much work into it, and it's just like you look at it, and it hurts your brain. But he is as the monster is worthy of the world he's in. That would have been so easy to drop it and have someone else who's just know. I'm not looking at you, Robert De Niro. You're one of my favorites, and Mr. Spitzer hasn't seen the Kenneth Branagh Frankenstein.
It's true.
But as much as I like people involved in that, that's not worth talking about right now. But this guy is just, it was such everything. But yeah.
And the way his performance evolves too with the character is insane, because that first scene where he is like afraid of the sun, and then Victor's like, no, it's a good thing, it's life, it's beauty, like absorb it, and then he like replicates what Victor's doing behind him. It's just like, he's so adorable and lovable. And then when it shows him like a week later, and he's like just chilling on that when Mia Goth comes down to visit him. And he's just like hanging out in like a windowsill, just like chilling,
like a cat.
Yeah.
Well, I also want the prop of the body bent over with all the back exposed. Yeah. For my birthday.
That was the best jump scare.
Oh, that was so good. It's just
the way that because you don't see its face up until that point, and he plugs it in properly finally, and it looks up and screams, and it's just like a skull.
It's just a skull, no bottom jaw. Yeah.
So good.
It reminded me like something that's like Day of the Dead, like Romero. You haven't seen that one yet either. But it was just like the one jump scare. Everything else is just very much moody. That was like, okay, I got to make sure that I can do that. If I wanted to do it, I could scare you. I could be like that.
Yeah.
This really is gonna boil down to just you and me discussing. Oh, remember the one part? Because that's what it is. This is just.
Honestly, those are my favorite episodes to record.
Well, now I have to watch it again. I literally have to go home tonight and just play it again. And my wife won't care. She's probably watching it right now.
I do want to put this reference out there because I don't think it'll mean anything to you, but it will mean something to maybe like 5 people eventually. There was a movie that came out when I was in high school that was a modern retelling of Beauty and the Beast. I believe it was called like Beastly or something.
Beastly with one of the Ashley. No,
Vanessa Ann Hudgens.
Olsen twins, isn't it?
Oh yeah, she was.
I saw this theatrically. I saw this in the theaters.
Maybe we saw it in the same theater.
Did you hear me snoring in the background? That was me. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know. I went with a girl I was trying to impress.
Oh, because you went to go see Beastly.
Yeah.
Actually, he kind of looked like this, didn't he?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. The first time I saw the monster, I was like, Uh-oh. It looks so much like the guy from Beastly when he got turned into the Beast, because he has like I think he has like tattoos instead of scars, but it's still like kind of a patch face kind of look. And yeah, I just want to put that out there. I'm actually amazed that you knew what I was talking about.
I don't even know why I saw it in the theater, but I must have been like with a, like, you know, when you go see it, like maybe Thomas wanted to see it, maybe Kat wanted to go see it. I don't. It's one of those. I know it wasn't me like going, hey.
Yeah, I want to say this was like 2009.
It was probably black and white. I think it was something like that. But it's for this movie. It's oh geez. Okay, going back on the tip. This surpasses. I mean, this is a milestone in like the genre of what a classic retelling of this should be. Mm-hmm. And I've been waiting for this thing since, like, I dug Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Coppola of Gary Oldman one. I always refer to it as the Winona Ryder one, but you know, whatever. It just seems like I'm just being like a little jerk. But when they announced Van Helsing, the Hugh Jackman one, I wanted the Anthony Hopkins Van Helsing. I love Van Helsing, the character. The idea of a vampire hunter who knows everything, you know. And Hopkins was so fun in Dracula. And then when I went to go see, and then the Van Helsing, the monsters in it, the Frankenstein monsters in it, and the first 10 minutes is good. The first 10 minutes, they have the Hunchback, and they also have the cold open is
Jekyll and Hyde, right?
That's the first scene. The cold open would be when the monster comes back to life and they kill him or something like that. Or, you know, it's black and white, and it's alive. It's alive.
Yep.
Then Jekyll and Hyde, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then right in the beginning, my expectations were just too high, because then like as soon as they start talking, I'm like, oh, this is terrible. And I was mad, because that's the one where I had spent probably like 3 months, you know, looking for it and like trying to get someone. I was working at like a grocery store.
Yeah.
Friday we're gonna go see Van Helsing, and they're like, yeah, whatever. I mean, no, come on, let's all go. It's gonna be the best thing ever. You like Wolverine, right? It's gonna be, you like the Mummy, the same guy that made the Mummy movies with, you know, come on, Brendan Fraser. And then no one went with me. I remember sitting there watching it, going, oh, I'm glad, because I saw it like at 1 o'clock on a Friday in the afternoon. No. I was the day off kind of thing. And I was just like, oh, I'm glad no one's with me, because this is just so bad. And I remember, and I think I bought the DVD to try and watch it again if it'd be better. Mm-hmm. And no, it's just, and I'm not trying to punch down to it, right? But I'm saying in a.
I'll make up for it. I have a confession to make. I actually love that movie, but it came out when I was like the perfect age for it, I think. And
so you were like third trimester with your mom.
I don't know.
Like you were kicking to get out. And I gotta see. Sorry.
I don't remember exactly how old I was. I watched it when it first came out, and I was like, "This is the coolest movie I've ever seen in my life," and it's still like a comfort movie for me. I recognize that it is.
But it's one I'm going to I should start citing more often for being. If you go in with the expectations of a human being, right? I went in my 30s probably expecting this to be all things Hammer, all Boris Karloff, and it'd be everything. This is going to be the greatest thing ever. Finally, a big budget, a love letter. It's going to be made for me. It's going to be Jason Lee's "This Is Your Life." And when it wasn't, I remember being offended. And that's also a little spoiled, you know, idiot that I am. I need to go back and watch it now with the proper Actually, I think it's probably on Tubi. It has to be.
It's got to be.
Because it's kind of, I probably have the DVD at home still. But it's just like, I remember it's just, I don't want to. You're a kid.
No, you can't yuck my young. But go ahead.
I remember going through it and wavering, and then like when they're swinging on wires at the end, like there's no danger. You know they're going to catch the things and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then the James Bond aspect was like, okay, that's a little bit better. You know, like he's being given a friar or a monk something to be his cue, to give him the weapons and stuff. Okay, and then the flash bomb is like, oh, okay, and then all the vampire babies being, oh, that's like a little like alien kind of thing.
There's so much in that movie.
It's just way too much stuff. But then for some reason, when he had the fully automatic crossbow machine gun, that was like the line where I couldn't get past that, because it's one of those things where I will forgive vampire movies where they have the crossbow, because crossbows usually you have to like put it on the ground and like pull the wire back, the string,
that tool.
Yeah. But it's something. It's usually because of the amount of pressure it takes to get this, you know. But that the cartridge are just the strings are going. I'm like going, and it's like in daylight when he's shooting which is
cloudy, you know.
It's, You weren't lying. So it's playing on a screen right here. You just can't see it. It's just off screen. I see. My theory back then was I saw Underworld and kind of liked it. No one else liked it. Then I think that Kate Beckinsale made Van Helsing, so people would just, because she owned part of Underworld, like she was the producer on it. I don't think the movie's so bad about vampires. You're all going to want to see 5 more Underworlds, and we got them.
That's so funny.
Oh my god!
I need to. One last bit of praise for that movie. Coolest werewolf transformation, I think. Well, maybe second to American Werewolf in London, because that one's like iconic. But the way that werewolves work in this movie is that you tear away your human flesh to reveal the fur underneath, and you like grow. It's so cool. I don't know. I really love that the way that werewolves transform in that movie is really cool. That's it.
dude, I need to watch it again. I need to watch it like fully gummied up.
Yeah.
So I can try and like really go. We'll talk next week. I'll be going, man, you were right. I am a jerk.
I don't think so.
The subtext. Oh no, I'll come back here and I'll go, did you realize the idea of Dracula and the children he can't conceive is about postpartum depression?
Oh my
Lord.
Lord.
It's a treatise on your right to live. It's like, be like, no, it's not. It's about let's watch. I remember at one point I was so against that movie. In the end of X-Men 2, X2 United, after, and I love the X-Men movies, even the bad ones.
Oscar Isaac again.
Yeah, again. Oh yeah. That's probably why I know. That's probably his favorite movie. Probably seen it the most times. It's him as Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
But the end of X2, when they're all sitting there, spoiler alert for X-Men 2 from 30 years ago, whatever it was. When they're all there being sad about Jean. And Wolverine goes into Professor X's office. His hair looks dumb. It's like way too high in his head. They're all sad. I'm like going, oh, it's because and I found out he's shooting Van Helsing, so he has the extensions on for that. So it's all tucked under the Wolverine wig, and it makes it look like he looks like Gary Oldman's Dracula from the beginning of Dracula.
So it ruined. It's so bad it ruined another movie.
I can't watch that movie because he doesn't have his hair just right.
It's a stupid vampire movie.
I will watch it again and kind of going. No, because I did try and watch a couple years ago. I forget why, but I think it was probably on Netflix. So I gave it a shot, and I'm like going, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No.
I fully accept that my love for that movie is my own fault.
but you love what you love. It's like it's.
I'm sure we all got them.
Oh, I'm sure we have nothing but, and don't be like guilty pleasure. If you love it, you love it. There's no reason not to. I'm just. I remember the beginning of it when he's fighting the Hulk. I mean, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, there's a cartoon out there where I think it's Hugh Jackman versus like Jack the Ripper or something to do with like Whitechapel. Okay. It's an animated movie. He does a voice on, and I've always like gotten really close to renting it or picking it up, like at a thrift store.
Sure.
Oh yeah, because maybe it's a Jack the Ripper kind of thing. And I'm like, no, haha, fool me 5 times, shame on me. But just give him a sword. I want to have Van Helsing fight. Just bring Blade back. Have Blade do that kind of stuff.
Okay, we are at an hour, but it's been about 10 minutes since we talked about the movie to talk about it.
Jeez, this is one that would you call this a slow burn?
Yeah, I guess on a second viewing, I kind of did feel that a little bit.
Yeah,
I didn't feel it so much the first time around, but when the title card came up for part 2, Frankenstein, or the monsters perspective, when I was watching with my wife, I got very excited. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the stuff that I'm really excited about." So the first half, I wouldn't say it's a slow burn, but
see, I wouldn't call it that either. I think calling it a slow burn is like trying to warn the person you're referring to try and invite them to watch it that it's not going to be Van Helsing.
Yeah,
but it's not going to. Which right there should be on the poster, right next to I vomited from emotion. Not Van Helsing, Jason Lee's. But I think saying slow burn is kind of a cop out. Like you don't trust the person you're telling to watch it. You're saying that you should watch it. You don't trust them to give it a chance. And I want people to watch this, but it's like slow burn might be the way of saying. So okay, give it time. Don't be on your phone.
Yeah.
Don't be on your phone. This is not a movie to have your phone out because you're going to miss so much stuff going on. All the subtlety of the monster, but also the subtlety of just all the school and stuff.
Yeah. Also, if you're trying to recommend this to someone who's not into horror movies, this isn't really. There's an argument this is not a horror movie.
Yeah, I don't I don't think I would. I don't think I would give this a. I know we're a horror podcast, but I don't.
Right.
I was never scared watching this.
No, yeah. At most, you're gonna wince because there is a lot of violence and like bones breaking. And something I was gonna ask about with other depictions of Frankenstein. Have they ever showed in such detail the creation of the body? Because that was really cool.
Some of the Hammer stuff, they'll show like severed arms getting put off camera.
Sure.
The Brana one, it's a lot of bones. I always wondered if I do wonder if Del Toro had some of the bone sawing with Oscar Isaac is his little nod to the Kenneth Branagh one.
Oh, okay.
Because there is some very meaty kind of flappy stuff.
Yeah.
The Frankenhooker, there's a lot of body parts in that one. The classic. I
didn't think about that. That is another touchstone I have with the Frankenstein. The Frankenstein.
Well, this is based on Frankenhooker.
Right.
Frankenhooker came first. I don't. There's a lot of the surgery stuff when they're sewing them together that has been pretty gory, but nothing where the usually not to be really minuscule, but like you're making it, you've got fake skin. You've got a bone, you got a piece of meat in there. It's usually the red and striation, that's your thing. Yep. This is the first time I've seen them include the layer of fat under the body parts. And I was like going, oh, that's actually anatomically correct, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, but it's also awesome. Like kind of beautiful. And
yeah.
The way everyone talks about this, like dead bodies in like a really romantic way. Like even Mia Goth, when she shows up to Victor's apartment, he's like, sorry, I was in the middle of doing an autopsy. And she's like, yeah, it's beautiful. And it really is. It's grotesque and horrific. There's like a shot of him slipping a femur bone into someone else's like leg meat.
Yeah. Like he cut the knee off someone else, like a knee surgery, which is, I've seen actual knee surgeries, and like it's pretty much looks like that. The line that Mia Goth has, like, are you he asks her if like, are you repulsed or you're revolted? And she's like, no, his pain's over. Yeah. It's now it's just the beauty of the body because he's no longer in pain. You know, all these, the fact that they were all like dead soldiers, and that the Christoph Waltz guy was, there's gonna be a battle this week.
Got a new shipment.
They got new shipment. Get it fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was lining up, don't go off the top.
Or the bottom.
Or the bottom.
Yep.
And I'm like, he's getting produce from the store. He's at the grocery store and he's picking out, get the good bananas, not because you can't always tell by the outside.
Yep.
You want the avocados, you got to thump the skulls to know just if they're ripe or not.
I also like they explain like, I get large limbs because it's easier to work with, which makes total sense.
Yeah.
And was a question I had watching it the first time. I was like, why'd he make him so big and strong? We're like, oh, okay, they do explain that. And I also like that the uncle has a response to that, just like, oh yeah, sounds good to me, because like you know he's like in his mind, I'm gonna be that body, so
I'm gonna be a 9 foot tall god. Yeah. Young Frankenstein mentions that he has to. Young Frankenstein mentions they have to make him bigger so he'd be easier for the veins to work.
Oh, okay.
And then that's he'd have an enormous swastika, and that goes without saying. Again, now we're gonna go back into quoting Young Frankenstein. Bride of Reanimator has their rebirth stuff is pretty gory. Now we're just making up anything. There's Bride or Frankenstein.
Right. Bride of Chucky had some gore.
we're not gonna lower Bride of Chucky down to this level. Okay, Bride of Chucky stands up here. Right. You know, he's above. Del Toro can only hope to someday have anything as magic as Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
Now I got to watch Bride of Chucky. I love that movie.
There's like 8 movies that I got to jump off and watch now.
The one, oh gosh, we tried watching The Bride, the Sting. It's like an 85, and it starts right up. You need to watch Bride of Frankenstein, the original. Mm-hmm. But it's like Sting, Jennifer Beals, Clancy Brown.
When you say Sting,
the singer, not the wrestler.
From The Police.
The Police, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He was acting for like a hot 5 minutes. It was that. Him and David Bowie were like fighting for parts. I'm pretty sure.
I've seen David Bowie in a few things.
Yeah, but like the same kind of era. But like Sting went from I think this to Dune or Dune to The Bride, and it's
Sting was in Dune.
Oh.
Are you talking about the OG Dune?
The David Lynch Dune.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen that front to back.
I love it. That's one of mine. That's my Van Helsing because I grew up with that. That was like when you didn't have a whole lot to watch. I taped that off of TV and I watched that with commercials in, and it was like, 1 o'clock on a Saturday. So the commercials popped in kind of like on Tubi whenever they wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's just like there'd be scenes that'd be ruined by, and it was still gross and gory on 1 o'clock in the morning. And I always forget that Sting was like an actual singer because to me, he's just the guy from Dune.
That's so
And
funny.
then yeah, because and then oh yeah, he had a career on the side. It's like Werner Herzog to me is just a documentarian. I didn't know any of his actual films.
I'm in that boat with Werner Herzog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, he made Nosferatu. I've seen that 100 times. But he made Grizzly whatever man.
Grizzly guy.
Grizzly. It's the Wish.com version of Grizzly Man.
The tattoo version.
But oh no, but another thing is right now Christoph Waltz is in Luc Besson has a Dracula movie coming out now. The guy that made The Professional.
Okay.
Has a Dracula with it's French. I don't even know. I'm trying to get a release over here, but I'm like that'd be a good double feature. Because I love La Femme Nikita and I love The Professional. But I'm kind of weird about trusting. I've been hurt before.
Yeah.
This was I would recommend this to about anyone who really wants to just sit back and watch a film. Not and I'm not trying to be like
It doesn't.
elite.
And like you're saying, not trying to sound elitist, and also not trying to make it sound like it's boring. Because I know a lot of people. It is. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of thinking and a lot of kind of.
It's not lazy. You have to go in and you can't just sit back and stare at the screen. You have to think about it a lot, which is weird for a movie about a reanimated corpse.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so good.
We're
gonna watch this again and come back and go. This have like a part 2 and go. By the way, did you know? Oh yeah, I did too. So.
We got another hour of information,
and it's just gonna be God. He's so good.
The only warning I had to give Becky was that like if there's a scene where it seems as though an animal might be in danger, look away.
I know it's not intentional because that would be really silly, but I swear that the 2 scenes, just 2 scenes. There's more than 2 scenes. The 2 scenes with animals right before bad stuff happens, they suddenly look very fake.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Watching it again, and I know you wouldn't do that intentionally. You wouldn't make a bad effect. 'Cause I know that there are wolves in it, and then they're replaced because again that documentary.
Yeah.
And then the deer, or is it elk? I can't remember. Deer. They're in there, right? And I'm going, it's a CG deer. Of course, it's because you couldn't get the deer that close to, and then what happens? But like the wolves, the wolf attack, and we already mentioned before, gets scalped.
Yeah.
Right before it happens, it starts looking fake again, and it's not just there. It's almost like they wanted us to know, guys. Don't cry when the fake deer dies. Don't cry for the fake wolf. Also, the wolves are jackasses.
For sure.
They're the bad guys.
By the time the wolves start getting roughed up, you want the wolves to get roughed up.
Yeah. There's, and my wife who will leave theaters if animals get hurt. I don't think she's ever gotten through Cujo. Without having to because I mean even thematically like it's not Cujo's fault,
right?
Because he got bit by he got rabies because the farmers didn't take care of him. Didn't get a vaccine. Vaccinate your killer dogs.
That's the lesson.
Didn't have a problem with this one because it is in service of the story. It's not like they're gratuitously
Same with Becky. She didn't have a problem with it, and she normally would, I think, otherwise. But this movie handles it violently, but also in a way that's it's digestible and it's not going to ruin your night.
Yeah. Well, also, the deer stuff is there to teach. It teaches the monster a lesson as far as the wolves too. It's like circle of life. It's basically Lion King. He's saying, "Oh, this is no one's mad. It's just."
He said the wolf doesn't hate the sheep, but the violence is inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool.
A wise monster. It's a wise monster right there.
Yes. And also the very very end of the movie has such like a sweet little like Spielberg feeling moment where he frees the ship and the guy's like, all right, everyone, we're going home. And now it's like, oh, that's so good. Like his story resonated with him. And I don't know.
The ship captain, they're there to find the Northwest Passage. I don't care who dies on my ship. We're here for God and country, whatever the line was.
We have a mission.
And then at the end, he kind of goes, like you said, the monster story touched him and they're like, I want to go home and hug my kids.
Yeah.
So, and that's right from the book, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that's like the moment at the end is when the captain decides that it's not worth it. I'm going to go
Yeah.
home. Yeah.
That's so cool. And I didn't even know about the captain at all going into this movie, like, because I hadn't read the book or anything. And he's such a great character in this as well, where I love whenever he catches a little murmur that, like, oh, the men are starting to feel like maybe you don't have the best intentions or whatever. He's just like, all right, everyone listen up. I'm the captain. Y'all are going to chill out. Like, I just like that he was very assertive like that. And, and he even says, like, halfway through Victor telling the story, like, oh yeah, we're not going home. We're finishing this mission. He's like, okay, well, maybe, hopefully now there's a purpose to me telling you this story and you'll change your mind.
Well, his line about you have the same madness I have.
Yep.
Or again, I'm not saying it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, oh, maybe it's, or it's all a lie. And the one thing about the book, and it's I think Kat pointed out last night, I remember from the book, is you never know if, because it is Victor telling the story, then it's the monster telling the story to the captain, but not as in depth as this was, but it is basically like a short story. If it was just shorter. That's dumb to say. Victor tells a story, and then you don't know if you believe him or not, because they keep referring to the captain like he's putting holes in the story. He's kind of putting out that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You know, that kind of, dead to life. You're full of shit. So when the monster walks in at the end, you realize it's more than just. It's why it's such good storytelling. It's more than just a scare because the monster walks in. It is because everything he said is because you don't believe. You're not supposed to believe him because you are the captain's point of view. He's putting holes in this thing. So when the monster appears, you realize, there's a monster here, but you also realize everything you've experienced in this story is also true, and it really is kind of like, if you're really into it, it's like, that's the implications of him showing up mean so much more than that. So he walks in, and it's there, and I'm like, and Kat goes, "Were you supposed to know that he was?" I go, "Well, in the book, you don't know if he's telling the truth, but you can't have a movie be made, because you're seeing it. It's not, the unreliable narrator only works to a point." In the beginning, Victor tells the one guy, he's telling the captain, it's true, except for it's not true. Even that's kind of true too. It's like, well, is your brain already frozen, dude? Yeah.
He says, not everything I say is fact, or some of what I will tell you is fact. Some of it's not, but I promise it's all true.
All true, yeah.
And it's like, what? I don't even know what that means.
But it's he's dropping mad rhymes over here. No, I gotta go watch this again right now. This is something. Yeah. This is a treat, and I'm hoping it played enough theaters to get Oscar consideration, just because I love Del Toro, and
Yeah, it's deserving for sure.
Yeah, I mean, more so than Shape of Water. And I love Shape of Water.
I gotta watch it.
But what's that?
I gotta watch that one still.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, anything. It's not like he's made a. I mean, even Pacific Rim. Yeah. And actually, the good one to watch after watch this would be it's a Crimson Peak. Yeah, Crimson Peak, his ghost story one with Tom Hiddleston, is really good. In that we watched that before. That's our warm up for Halloween every year. Is the ghost story.
Does someone get hit in the face by a shovel by a ghost in that movie?
I don't top of my head.
Crimson Peak just fired off a synopsis in my brain. Is that this term? I don't know what the term is. Anyways,
it's a lymphatic node.
Yeah. You just flared up my lymphatic nodes.
Well, it's funny because I said we watch it every year for Halloween. We didn't watch it this year because we were too busy. And I'm like, is there a shovel in the face? But now I'm sitting here thinking, is that the Frighteners? is that John Ashton getting his face smashed with a hammer? I can't.
I'll figure it out, and I'll let you know in the next episode.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
For now we should probably wrap this guy up.
So yeah, to ask people watching this, you want to hit those the socials and throw us an email.
Yes.
What'd you guys think of this one? Is this deserving the title of Frankenstein?
Yeah. And I also want to know your success rate with recommending this movie to people, because I really think this is a super accessible movie, despite it being so romantic and. Not romantic in like a lovey-dovey way, but just
like hard to describe. It's not any one genre. It's not. Yeah. It's not a romance. It's not a horror movie. It's not really a period piece. It's not an adventure story. It's got.
But it'll scratch all those itches.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you want to let us know, you can let us know at all of our socials, which is on the bottom of the screen, at the TDMMVI pod. Pretty much everywhere. And then if you want to email us directly, you can email us at tdmmvipod@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell. My sister told me that we still got to tell them to ring the bell.
Okay.
Also, we are on TikTok. We put little clips on there. Shout out to my sister, Grace, for helping out with that. She's been kind of finding good little clips for us to post. So
This one's gonna be us going. It's really good.
yeah,
That one thing that was really good too.
yeah. So look forward to that. But until next time, I'm Jesse Spitzer,
And I'm Jerry Lees.
and this has been The Devil Made Me View It. Thanks for watching.
All right, thanks guys.